What's going on, gamers? Finally, after about 2 weeks that the game has been released, Grounded 2, the professional builder, I am claiming this because a lot of people probably think the same thing, have made a video of 3 of the best build locations that I have found that are actually probably better than any of the build videos that you've watched before, because I take into account, buildable area, resources to farm in the immediate area. I have put a lot of thought into this, and I think I have 3 really good places that you guys are going to enjoy. And honestly, top of the hot dog stand is not going to be one of them, but that is a place that you can build a massive castle if in fact you want to. So let's go ahead and get into it. Please consider subscribing if you're not. Hit the like button on this video. Everything building, dude. That's what I do. You guys know it. Let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so this is place number 1. Place number 1, we are literally on the far left side of the picnic table. And I'm going to tell you why this is a banging spot, dude. So number 1, this has the most sticks per capita, stems, heavy stems, of any location on the map. There are a few more I'm going to show you a little bit later, but this place is absolutely insane with the stems. We've got 2 here, another one here, a couple mites. You can't go wrong with a couple mites. Always got to have the mites. There's more there. There's more here. I mean, they are actually everywhere. Now, this spot doesn't come nice and cleaned up like this. I obviously have been over here doing a little construction, just kind of getting things out of the way and revealing some of the awesomeness that is here. So stems are obviously a heavy resource for anybody building. And, look, there's even more. There's more here. They're literally everywhere. Another extremely heavy building resource that you can find here is a ton of needles. Needle bundles, pine needles, if you want to take advantage of the new build walls and roofs and things of that nature. Yeah, dude, tons. I came over here the other day and I just searched around this whole entire area here, and I got over 950 needles just from like 20 minutes of work. They're all over the place, all over the floor and everywhere. Another thing that is extremely important to me when picking these best base locations is a what do you call these? Ranger outpost. So this Ranger outpost, as you can see, is actually pretty close to this area. It's just right across the street, so you can go over here, analyze your goods. And this is also the Ranger outpost that contains the deal to let you customize your wrist thing and all that. You know what I'm saying? This thing back here lets you customize your Omni tool or whatever. So that is a thing. And we've got the resource analyzer and the ranger station. So very close by. You see, it took me all of 2 seconds to run there. And then, yeah, dude, I think people could do something crazy. And I'll give you some recommendations in case you want to get slightly motivated here. So something I've thought of building in this location is building up to where you're like halfway up on this picnic table arm, and kind of have these like arms inside of your building, because you can actually, technically you can't, I guess, build with the arms inside of your building unless you're very careful with the way that you do it. But yeah, like an elevated base that goes across the whole entire underside of the picnic table, safe from bugs. Tons of clay down here, dude. There is tons of clay in this area, and you got your clovers, you got literally mushrooms. Like, this is probably the S tier meta spot in this entire map, just based on resources. We even got thorn plants there. We've got our milkweed right here along the other side of the table. It's just, it's honestly, it's insane. It's literally probably the best build location in the game right now. All right, so another honorable mention here with a lot less stems. We're kind of going from best to not so best. It's actually right here next to where I built my main base at, right in front of this ranger outpost from the trash bags. So we got the trash bags right over there. This is probably one of the flattest flat ground places on the entire map. There's tons of actual like loose pebbles that spawn here for some reason. I don't know why, but obviously you're probably going to need a lot more than this. But we've got pine needles. We've got stems that spawn all around here. kind of like this in this area. Obviously, your version of this will not be as bald, and you probably have to chop all the grass like me if you want it to be. But either way, not the most middle of the map friendly type build, especially same thing with the picnic table. Not really like a middle of the map friendly type deal. But as far as having a ranger outpost nearby, lots of sticks, lots of grass, free water. You can set up water catchers underneath the sprinklers if you didn't know, to just like fill up water containers. So you don't even have to build like web catchers or whatnot. But clay is all around here in these little tiny ponds. There's a pond there, another one there, and a few over there. Yeah, so definitely not a bad place. This actually isn't one of the ones on my list of the 3, but just a little honorable mention for a nice flat area there. All right, we're now at our technically second spot that I highly recommend for a buildable area right here in front of the Ranger Outpost statue. So right on the edge of the ceremony location here. And there's a few reasons why I think this spot is really cool. Obviously, we have our Ranger Outpost station right here in front of us. And we have multiple thorn bushes in the event that you need those thorn things. We have another sprinkler that we could set up, you know, the catchers to catch water for us for free. Now, there's also an insane amount of sticks right here to the north of this area. I think there's like over 12 stick plants right here, which is kind of a big deal. You also have the bee rock right here, which is where pretty much your best bet's going to be to kill as many bees as you possibly want to. So along with those major details, I also have to mention that this place is just a little bit more spicy on the enemy side than really any of my other locations, just simply because, I mean, look,
interesting out here?
We got a wolfie just hanging out on his way over here. We also have a stink bug that lives right there in the middle of the sticks, as well as a orb weaver and orb weaver junior that live up on the ledge up there. And yeah, so maybe this place isn't the best place unless you're totally fine with getting attacked by random bugs all the time. But we do have a nice clay pond right here with a very obnoxious mosquito that lives there. So like, this place is definitely a little higher on the list of annoying locations to be, but it's going to give you pretty quick access once this part of the map is released to head straight into this stuff and not have to travel too far to get back over to your base as if you were going to like the picnic area. So there's that. We got, like I said, we got a ranger outpost. We got pretty much everything we need, as well as this tree does contain quite a few acorns around it too, so you wouldn't have to venture all the way over to the acorn tree over there. This one also provides a decent chunk of acorns. Yeah, right about in that area. Yes, sir. This kind of looks like I need to go explore whatever's down here, maybe. Oh, yeah. Okay, anyway. On to place number 3. Stop number 3, and the final stop for my most, you know, epic base building locations, etc. You know what I'm saying? Real quick, another honorable mention. This spot right here is a nice little flat area located on the very far right of the ice cream cart sector. Just right here, man, we got a nice little flat spot. Not a ton of resources in here, but a very cool little spot with a literal Nightmare Before Christmas stump right there. So some of you might be able to get kind of creative in this little area. Maybe not mega build potential, but definitely cool build potential. These dang mosquitoes, man, I'll tell you what. All right, now some of you might have guessed my final location here just based on the sheer amount of stems that are located in this part of the map. So we are in the very bottom right at the berry fields, as we're just going to call it, the berry fields. Now, obviously, we have tons of berry leather, which really doesn't benefit us too much as far as building goes, but there are quite a ton of heavy stems over here, and not a whole lot of bad guys. Now, we do have the supposed like orc bug that spawns here every great once in a while, or whatever that's all about with the floating bug in the sky, but you don't have to build directly right here in the berry bush. There is kind of a nice little open roadway over here that potentially you maybe could build in with a pretty cool stump right here as well. I like this stump, but you can't build inside of it, unfortunately. I've tried that already before. And you've also got the stone hinge right here. If you didn't know about this, you got stone hinge right here. And this hill, if this guy will leave me alone.
We'll try later.
Has this big old giant ice cream cone on it. I don't know if we get... Oh, we do get chill, actually, from the ice cream cone.
Lie. It's hard to ride a bug in this weather.
Yeah, we do get chill from that ice cream cone or whatever, but yeah. So that's pretty much, dude. Like, I still think of all the time I've spent in this game so far, and I am now at 261 days, which I would assume is probably more than anybody else at this point. These are the best places I've found. There's really not a ton of just flat places with a lot of resources. The resources are very sporadic, spread, you know, quite largely across a huge area. And I hope that this kind of helps you guys make your decisions. And don't forget, if you do happen to build some insanely awesome thing, or maybe it's not the most insanely awesome thing, maybe it's just in a cool spot, or it looks cool, or anything whatsoever, base tours are reactivated for Grounded 2. And if you guys ever caught one of our Grounded 1 base tour videos, they're super fun to watch. They're super fun to make. They're super fun for me and for you guys. So if you want to be involved in a base tour video, definitely check the link down in the description for the Discord. Get a hold of me, and we'll run it up. You guys have a wonderful day, and we'll see you on the next one. Pieces.